Hi BookTube! This is my review for Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I've read a lot of new adult contemporary lately, and I have to say that this particular story stands head and shoulders above all of it. All of it. I've read some stuff that was really bad as far as I'm concerned. Some stuff that was really fun and light, and then this. This is amazing. This story is amazing. It's a great story, and it's so well written. The characters are wonderful. I can't say enough good about this book. I was so impressed with it. The story is about Skye and Holder. Skye is a 17-year-old high school student. She's been very sheltered her whole life. Her mother has homeschooled her, and there's no technology in their house, no television, no DVD player, no cell phone, no internet. So while Skye she knows that this stuff is out there and she knows what it is, she doesn't have any of it. So some aspects of it are completely new to her, which makes kind of funny in the story. She's like, what is that? And so she has a friend that lives next door to her, a best friend, and her best friend is the reason she wants to go to high school. Well, then her best friend goes off to Italy to live like a foreign exchange student for a year. Well, in the meantime, Skye has to go to high school. Well, Skye has kind of a reputation. It is completely conjecture and things that people have just said about her. When she goes into high school for the first day, people just treat her like so badly. Well, she's at the grocery store at the end of this horrendous first day of school, and she's standing in line checking out when the cashier, who is kind of a ditz, looks over and sees a boy who is, first of all, very good looking, and second of all, who has been gone for the last, I want to say, year of school, and now he's back. Skye's rolling her eyes and thinking, this girl is such a ditz. Well, she looks over at the boy, is knocked over by all these emotions that she feels. First of all, she's like, holy cow, he's so cute. And then that terrifies her. She has no idea why she feels all these conflicted things. So she just bolts out of the grocery store. Well, the boy follows her, and his name is Dean Holder, or just Holder. And he goes to her car and asks her name. And she's like, oh, that is the lamest line. Couldn't you come up with any better a line than that? And he thinks she's someone else. Some friendly banter happens, and then she whips out her driver's license and says, here. And so then he knows what her name is. He knows where she lives now. And so she's a runner, and so is he. And then they run into each other while they're running. And they start this friendship, and they're both in the same school, so they see each other at school, and he begins to pursue her. It's just this sweet little love story begins to happen. But under the love story is this horrendous situation that Skye has been through in her life. It's a very serious situation, and the beauty of this story is that it's peeled back layer by layer by layer. And he is with her the whole time. And I would love to know Holder in real life because he's such an incredible person. He has his issues, and he is an 18-year-old boy. So, he's not like worldly wise and, this man who's lived through all this stuff in his life. But he's such a mature person, and he knows he has these issues, and he deals with them as he goes along. And then Skye is, of course, this amazing girl that has no idea about the stuff that has happened in her life. And she goes on this journey to discover what has happened and has to deal with it as she discovers it. And Holder's right there with her and helps her get through this. And their relationship, it's just beautiful. I was so amazed at how well written this book is and how each situation, it's funny. Some of their conversations are hilarious. I laughed out loud. There were times that my heart just froze at what I saw happening and the things that these kids had thrown at them that they just had to deal with, and the way that they dealt with them so honestly, and they didn't run from these situations. They just they fell apart when they needed to, and they didn't fall apart when they didn't, and they were strong, and sometimes they just had to grit their teeth and tough it out, and other times it was okay to just be a mess. their physical relationship, while this is new adult, so it goes a little beyond what young adult would go, so beautifully handled that I would not hesitate to recommend it to a 16 or 17-year-old. The book is narrated on audio by Angela Goethals, and she does an amazing job. The voices she gives the characters rings so true. The subject matter, like I say, is really, really traumatic. There's some bad stuff that happens in this book. But like I say, it is so well done. The ending, it started to seem a little drawn out, and then I realized as I listened that she was just tying up loose ends. So if you read it in print, it's not going to seem like that, I don't think. 5 out of 5 stars for me. I highly recommend it. I would love to see this book used like in an English class or in a psychology class and discussed. The sequel is written from Holder's perspective, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that because I just think it's going to be so good. And it's narrated by a guy I really like, so I would highly recommend this book to you. Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. That's it for now. Thank you for listening, and I will see you